Hey guys, welcome to Bloggers Rated. Welcome to another video. And today is the day after we played against Valencia with that fantastic performance from Ansu Fati. And today, I had time to see the papers, to see what's going on, the opinions on social media about the youngster. And it was interesting to see some stuff that I was looking at. But it needs to, I think some people are taking it out of proportion, the situation of Ansu Fati, or at least out of context. He's a player that, in my opinion, as we saw, has great potential, has great physical qualities, good technique. I think undisputedly he has really good qualities to be a fantastic player in the future. He's a player that could do things right now that could give us an impact, and that's what I want to talk about, because now you have a dilemma. You have Messi and Dembele to come in within the next week to be back in the first team, and what does that mean for Ansu Fati? That means that he has in front of him right now at least Messi and Dembele in front of Fati. Like, what has Fati in these couple of games has done more than Dembele in 2 years. And well, anyone is free to have their opinion. I am not going to try to argue with that. If that's what you think, that's fine, it's your opinion. I think that still has long ways to go. And potential wise, I'm gonna be honest with you, I see Dembele with more potential still. Just by the pure fact that Dembele is able to use both feet equally as each other. But disregarding that right now, what is going to happen with Ansu Fati? Because you have the dilemma of, are you going to send him back to the juvenile A team? Is he going to be promoted to Barca B team? Or is he going straight away to the first team? And to be honest with you, I said yesterday that he probably should go back and get promoted to the Barca B team, but after thinking it more carefully, and I have to say that I think that the best option for him, and I'm gonna try to explain my point about it, is that he should probably get promoted to the second team, to the B team, but train all days with the first team. How would that work? Well, you know that you have a limited amount of minutes to play in if you play in the first team, if you have a first team like shirt and you're a first team player, you're not able to play with the second team, with the B team. What would that mean in a season if everything goes to normal, Dembele, Messi, Suarez and Griezmann are all gonna be fit, meaning that Fati will get next to no minutes in that team. So what would be my idea going forward? Well, get him to the B team, train with the first team, and let's have him in a tryout period. Whenever he's needed, he gets a chance to play in the first team, a couple of raid games, those games like yesterday where you have Champions League games coming up in midweek, those kind of games. You play him in those kind of games, and he gets to perform in those kind of games. But whenever he's not playing with the first team, he's playing with the B team, and I think that's going to be beneficial for him. But this has to be done with care, because right now I'm not going to say he has more or less potential, but I'm gonna tell you that this looks like a very similar situation to the one that Monaco had with Kylian Mbappe. Watch it. I'm not saying that Ansu Fati is gonna be as good as Mbappe, or that he's better, or that he's worse. I'm just saying that the situation is very similar. A player with a lot of potential, very young in his career, and this is the moment to make it or break it. Because what would have happened? Think about it. What would have happened if the season that Kylian Mbappe erupted into the scene, what was it, 17 years old? Fati's gonna be 17 about October, something like that. What would have happened if Monaco are playing Champions League football, and instead of opting to go and trusting Mbappe because they see the potential of it, they, just because of his age, go ahead and send him to play with the Monaco second team? Well, we probably wouldn't know who Mbappe is. Or we probably would have taken a lot longer to discover who he is. He probably wouldn't have gone to the World Cup. Things like that. So it is important to recognize a player's potential, and it is important to also give them time to like be prepared to start analyzing this situation, because this is a player that, if everything goes right, if he doesn't have a really bad injury, we need to be able to make him into a world beater, into a superstar. And I don't want to take advantage of the situation, but this is like the first advantage of not signing Neymar. Because let me just put you in a situation, to all these people that wanted to sign Neymar, but what would have happened if Neymar signed for Barcelona? We probably wouldn't have seen Ansu Fati played at all, because we probably would have seen a forward line of Neymar, Griezmann, Carles Perez, something like that. And who knows if Ansu Fati would have had that much protagonism. Because for hierarchy, you know how Valverde was with hierarchy, Carles Perez is ahead of Fati. So who knows if we would have even seen Ansu Fati debut this season. That's the first advantage of not having Neymar. That Messi and Dembele are injured, Suarez was also injured, and he went ahead and got his opportunity and took it very well. He's at this age, at an age that he can do whatever he wants, because he's not going to be criticized. If he misplaces a pass, if he takes a bad shot, if he loses in a dribble, he's not going to be criticized, because he's at an age where we all understand that he's prone to make mistakes. The normal thing is for him to make mistakes. The normal thing is not for him to do all that he did yesterday. And it is important to recognize that building the team correctly to give these youngsters a chance, it's important. It's not about signing 50 million superstars to fit them into the team, because that's not going to work. Now, going back to the situation about Ansu Fati, I think that if he starts earning his stripes, and if Dembele keeps, Dembele, Griezmann, Suarez keep this attitude of, during parts of the season, because all of these players are very, I see Griezmann some parts of the season at Atletico Madrid where he has been very passive, very not moving that much. Dembele, if you keep doing dumb things like getting injured all the time. Suarez, if you cannot recognize that you need to rest some minutes and you're going to be playing half injured all the time, then Ansu Fati has the potential to go and pass them and surpass them in the pecking order. Because the thing about having youngsters into the first team playing games is that they have the support from us fans, meaning that Valverde and the board directors are going to have pressure to use this youngster. That if he performs really well, we're going to have pressure to make him into the first team. And it is really important to recognize this, because he's a player that in a couple years could be right now our planning needs to be Ansu Fati to be one of the future stars of Barcelona. If you're planning right now in 5 years, our starters should be Ansu Fati, Dembele, and someone else. Whether that's Mbappe, Abel Ruiz, Carles Perez, someone else, Anthony Martial, whoever it is. That should be our that's what we should be thinking right now. And I'm sorry for Carles Perez, because he's a player that I know he's a really good player. I think that he attacks the space exceptionally well. I think that's one of his good qualities. Pressing wise, he's really good. He gives a lot of attitude. But like I said yesterday, he lacks in that technique side, and I think he's kind of limited with what he's able to do in that possession. He's a good player. He's a perfectly capable player for Barcelona, but I think that We need in some certain moments things that he cannot give us, things that, for example, we see Fati that he can do, and we have to take care of the situation. Because think about it, we need to start thinking into the future, because Messi's 32, Suarez is 32, Griezmann at the end of the season is going to be 29. So we have to start thinking about the future. Like all these players are in the twilight of their career, or reaching the twilight of their career, and we need to start transitioning into a new era, into new players. We're starting to have youngsters like Arthur, De Jong, Lenglet. You have the likes of Ricky Puig in the B team, who needs to be promoted to first team, because for me, Ricky Puig is, like I said yesterday, he's a player that if he's given minutes, like if he's just being given a chance to shine, like Ansu Fati is being given a chance, he's probably gonna be in the first team and go ahead of Rakitic, Busquets, Vidal, pretty much all these players, and he's gonna be fighting for a spot with De Jong and Arthur. That's how confident I am that I know that this kid's potential is there. Ansu Fati, he's a player that if we do things right, we're gonna be saving ourselves 200 to 300 million euros. For example, we're gonna be saving whatever we were planning to do with the Neymar deal. Whatever we're planning to do with that, we could save it by getting the best out of this kid. And if Dembele doesn't get his head into the game, or whoever it is, if he starts performing well and goes ahead of them, please respect the player and go ahead and give him the place of starter, because if he deserves it, he needs to play. Like a team, a squad always needs to work with a meritocracy, not a hierarchy, because that's how you get the best out of the players. That's what you need to do, and that's what needs to happen. Is Ansu Fati the best player in the world? Not really. Not really. I think that he has fantastic potential. He can play from either wing. Could be interesting to see him as a 9. He's a player that I can actually see as a proper Samuel Eto'o like profile player that has a really good shot in him. He can still build up physically. Like he could still increase in his speed. Like he's only 16. Like he's yet to like develop fully into like what he's gonna be as a final product physically. So he could be a really good like player going forward for us. And he's a player that we need to be taken care of. Like, I'm sorry for Carlos Perez, Abel Ruiz. It's weird that that he wasn't chosen as one of the players to be given a chance. That is very surprising to me. I think that he's actually a striker that I would like to see him as a Suarez replacement. Maybe like exchanging with him in the forward line. I don't know if we're gonna see that, but I was gonna be very interested in the under 19 World Cup. He was absolutely fantastic. So something that we need to watch, something that we need to take care of. And as fans, we have to be realistic. If in a couple weeks if in the game against Dortmund he doesn't do anything and he's actually pretty bad, let's not scrutinize that he is. Let's not forget that he's only a kid and that he needs all our trust. Because if he can keep himself focused, if he can have the people around him to tell him that, hey, relax, you're gonna get your chances, just keep working on whatever you're doing and you'll eventually get into the first team. Somewhat like the parents of Ricky Puig, who he seemed to be very focused on what the player needs to do, like telling him, hey, you keep focused on whatever you're doing, you don't listen to what people are saying about you, but because papers right now, what they're saying is that he's gonna be the next big thing, that he's gonna be the next Messi, that he's gonna break it into the first team, that he should start right now. All these things, he needs to keep away from that. He needs to just keep focused, keep training, work hard, and develop, and keep going as a player. Because if he can do that, we're gonna have in ourselves possibly one of the best players in the world. Because imagine if that happens, that's the advantage of having players from La Masia, of promoting the youth from within, that these players know what they need to do. They've grown with our philosophy, with our mentality, with our values. Respect the coach. Like, you know how you need to train hard, listen to the coach, listen to the structure of the team, play as a team, all these things. Like, when you see the attitude of Dembele and Ansu Fati, these are players that have grown to like Barcelona in a deeper sense than just the club that they are at. The club that they want to succeed with. The club that they want to be at. So this needs to be the reflection that we need to make with Ansu Fati. He's a player with a lot of potential, but he's a player that we need to take it, not slow, but we need to take it with care. We need to watch out for the player and protect him in a way that he is going to be the future of our forward line. With all this said and done, leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Where do you think that Ansu Fati should be playing? In the Juvenil A, in the B team, or in the first team? Tell me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one on Blaugranas.